The first process of the build, acquire and implement domain, called Manage Programs and Projects, has 14 practices. The first practice is to establish a standard approach for program management. The entities responsible for this practice are the business executives, the Strategy Executive Committee, and the Chief Information Officer. The entity that is held accountable is the Chief Executive Officer. The practice receives several inputs that include the actions to improve value delivery from the EDM2 process, the architecture governance requirements from the AP03 process, and the updated portfolio of programs and services from the AP05 process. It generates one output, which is the updated program and project management approach to be used internally. The activities involved in this practice include establishing and maintaining a standard approach for program and project management in alignment with the enterprise environment. The approach should cover all the topics of project management, including the management of the scope, resources, risks, quality, cost, time, change, and benefit realization. The approach should be regularly reviewed and updated as needed. The second practice is to initiate a program. The entities responsible for this practice include the Chief Executive Officer, the business process owners, and the Project Management Office. The entity that is held accountable is the business executives. The practice receives several inputs that include the resource requirements from the AP03 process, the program business case from the AP05 process, and the skill matrix from the AP07 process. The practice generates three outputs, which are the program concept business case and the program brief, both to be used by the AP05 process, and the program benefits realization plan to be used by the AP05 and 6 processes. The activities involved in this practice include appointing a program committee whose members have strategic interests in the program. The program objectives and expected benefits should be articulated, including how the program fits with other initiatives. Detailed business cases should be developed, and all relevant stakeholders should be consulted in determining the expected outcomes. Benefits realization plans should be developed, to ensure that the expected benefits have been achieved and optimized. The manager of the program should be appointed based on the required skills and competencies to manage the program effectively. The third practice is to manage the stakeholder engagement. The entities responsible for this practice include the Chief Operating Officer, the business executives, and the business process owners. The entity that is held accountable is the Chief Executive Officer. The practice receives no inputs from internal or external sources, but generates two outputs, which are the Stakeholder Engagement Plan and the Stakeholder Engagement Effectiveness Assessments, both to be used internally. The activities involved in this practice include identifying the internal and external stakeholders and engaging them. An appropriate level of communication and coordination should be maintained, and the effectiveness of the stakeholder engagement should be measured and assessed.